Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? For cheap and fast coins, check out redzonecoins.com, use code ZERK for 10% off your order, and get to building that God Squad.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be going over the best players to use the 62 to 81 overall power pass on. I'm also going to be going over in this video how to actually use a power pass, because I know some people may not know how to. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Jack Bremner for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to be shouted out in the next video, drop a like in the vid, make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, turn the notification bell on, comment down below Noti Gang. Also want to say thank you guys very much for all the support. If there's any other videos you guys need, let me know down below. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I have a list of probably 30 to 40 more videos to get through before, content starts coming out and everything. So I have a lot of stuff to go over, and I am going to be making a video going over every single power-up pass. As you guys can see, I'm max MUT level. Check that video out. I have so many tips, so many videos up already. Make sure you check them all out. But in case you guys don't exactly know what a power pass is or how to actually use a power pass, I'm going to explain it to you right now. By the way, something I need to tell you right now. Make sure to write down in your notes right now what players you actually use power passes on, because trust me, at the end of the year, by the end of the year, you're probably going to end up switching players like power passes. There'll be like a new 97 overall Aaron Donald that'll come out, and you need to go back and get his 92 overall, but now because the 97 came out, his 92 is crazy expensive, and you don't remember where you put his 92 overall power pass at. So definitely make sure you write down in a notepad, because there's no way to actually remember unless you actually write it down where you use your power-up passes. Trust me, you don't want to make the same mistakes I've made. You lose a lot of training when you take training off players and when you unpower them up. So basically, in order to use a power pass, first thing you'll need to do is buy the power up of a specific player. So Hunter Henry has an 80 overall, I want to say, base elite. So you guys can see right here, his power up is, I want to say, a 68 overall. Yes, it is a 68 overall. So what you will need is you will need to, of course, have some training points to upgrade them. You'll go to the power up, you'll come over to upgrades, right? You can take it to a 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, and here is where you would add in his 80 overall core elite to take him to an 81. But instead of putting in the 80 overall, you can use a power up pass. You can put it in there, and yes, at any point in time, if you want to, you can come to this exact spot, unpower him up, and you can get the power-up pass back. So don't feel like you're completely locked in, but I will let you guys know that say you add that in, and then you put like this X Factor ability slot, whatever, you're going to lose some training if you try to take it off, and especially if he gets like another card, you upgrade that, then you decide you don't want him at all anymore, you have to come all the way back down, take all the training points off them. It's going to cost a bit, so you definitely need to make sure you know exactly who you want to use your power passes on, and at least write down who you do use them on, because that's how you use them, and you don't want to forget where you have them. So obviously this saves you a lot of coins, because some of those players are very, very expensive, especially when we start talking about like the higher overall power-up passes. Yeah, those save you a ton of coins. But even with the 68 to 81 overall, now the reason it's a 68 to 81 is because you can actually use it to bypass gold cards as well, because some gold players will get power-ups later on in the year, so you'll need to go ahead and skip over the gold. It'll get a little bit more expensive for those guys as well. Their price will go up depending on who gets a card. But for now, you of course want to use the power pass on elite players. 80 to 81 overall, really the only ones you can use that power pass on. No gold card actually has power up. So whenever I do these best players to use power passes on, I always like to do the top 10. So I put together a list of 10 players that I think there's two different categories really. Number one can help your team out right now. By the way to get these power up passes, in case you don't know, is by leveling up your MUT level. That's where you get the power up passes at, but you get multiple ones at the 62 to 81. And to be exact, you actually get 3 power passes, I want to say at level 10, 15, and 20 for the 62 to 81. So there's two categories of players. Number one, players who can help your team right now, and really all these players can help your team, but really, really good players that can actually start for your team and compete against some of the higher overall cards in the game still. Maybe not as good, against like the 87s, 88s, but against 85, 84s, they can still hold their own there. And then there's the ones that have potential. So players that maybe have lower overall cards than we expected them to be, or players that I think that could just have a big, big year. So you definitely want to have them powered up and ready to go for when they get their next upgrade. So with that being said, guys, let's get into the list. Now, I would like to mention that this list is in no particular order, but first up is going to be Alvin Kamara. Now, Kamara does have an 80 overall card, and it's only 10,000 coins, so it's not like you're really saving a ton of coins by doing it, but I feel like Kamara is potentially someone who could get a really, really good card in the future. Kamara is definitely one of the best running backs in the NFL. His card currently is 82 speed, 85 acceleration, 84 agility, 80 change of direction, 78 break tackle. He also has 84 agility. Now, in terms of his catching, of course, which Kamara is very, very good at, looks like his catching is, he has a 75 carry, and he has a 65 catching. So he's definitely good enough to, if you get, the free Adrian Peterson, whatever, you can always put him at running back number 2. When you have him powered up, he's going to be an 81 overall. When you power up any player, they basically get +1 to every single stat. So he's going to have 83 speed, 86 excel, and then he's going to have 66 catching, so you can have him in there as a third down back, as your backup running back, and Kamara could definitely have another great season and get a bunch of upgrades. Now, another player that I definitely think could have a great season and is also a pretty good card right now is Keanu Neal. Now, he's not the fastest, only 81 speed, 83 excel, but again, when you power up a card, they get +1 speed and +1 excel. So he's going to have 82 speed, 84 acceleration, and the man's got 87 hit power, so that is great. Now, the good thing about Keanu Neal right now is that there's not a lot of super fast players in the game. I mean, we have Tyreek Hill, we have Dante Hall, whatever, but a lot of wide receivers and a lot of running backs, especially, 80 to 85 overall, have like 82, 83, 84 speed or so. So Keanu Neal is still fast enough to catch up to them if he has to, but that hit power is going to be 88, which is just incredible. He's also a 6'1" safety with 85 pursuit, which would be 86, of course. And when it comes to his block shedding, he has a 58, so that'd be a 59. So you get a big hitting safety out there, not the fastest, not the craziest in terms of coverage, but a good safety who also could get some good upgrades. Now, I honestly feel like Bradley Chubb may have a huge year for the Broncos. If you guys remember last year, he got the preseason Team of the Week card, and I think he got injured, I believe, during the season, so he missed a lot of time last year. But that preseason Team of the Week card, Bradley Chubb, that just shows this man could definitely get some upgrades very, very soon. And you guys can see from his stats, he's got really good speed for an outside linebacker, especially 80 overall, 77 speed, 79 excel, which again, just add 1 to those. He's got 82 strength, 80 block shed, not bad, and 79 finesse move, not bad. He's not anything crazy. This is more of a potential guy that you could get in the future. If he gets an 84, 85 overall card soon, whatever, you just have to go out and buy it or to use another power rip pass on it. But Bradley Chubb is definitely someone that I think is not a terrible option. Again, in worst case scenario, you get a good backup, 83 hit power as well. He's not a coverage guy at all, but he's a decent speed rusher with, balanced block shed and pass rush moves. And our first cornerback on this list is going to be Shaquill Griffin. Now, of course, a good thing with cornerbacks is they're a depth position. I know I say depth position a lot when I talk about players, but he's a depth position player. You can always put him at cornerback 4, cornerback 5 if you get some better corners, but you don't want to unpower him up. But he's got really good speed and excel. 87 speed, 86 excel, so powered up. You've got 88 speed with 87 excel, 6 feet tall. He's got 77 zone, 73 man, 76 I believe that was play recognition right there. And if we come down to his block shed, you guys can see that he has a 48 block shed and a 59 hit power. So Shaquill Griffin, honestly, a pretty decent card. And another player is Justin Reed. Now, Justin Reed is only like 11,000 coins. All the guys that I mentioned so far in this video have not been very expensive, but Justin Reed has 86 speed. He's 6'1", 85 acceleration, 77 zone, 68 hit power, and of course, as one of the Texans' best defensive players, we may see him get some upgrades. Definitely is a playmaker. I'm pretty sure I remember him last year getting like a pick 6 in some game, but Justin Reed, I honestly like the cards. I wish his hit power was a little bit higher, but 86 speed, 6'1" safety, not as big of a hitter as, say, Keanu Neal, but a little bit faster. And speaking of speed, which of course is extremely expensive right now and extremely needed, Donte Jackson has 15,000 coins for a reason, because man has 89 speed and 86 excel. A little bit more expensive than the other players in this list. Not crazy expensive, he's not like 100K whatever, but a little bit more expensive than the other guys. 89 speed, 86 excel, which would be 90 speed. You definitely want that. 90 jumping as well, powered up. And he's 5'10". If we take a look down here at his block shed and hit power, he only has a 38 block shed, 51 hit power. So not the craziest when it comes to actually tackling, laying hit sticks, but honestly, pretty dang good overall, just because of the speed, the jump, the acceleration, the agility. You really need that speed and acceleration this early in the game when everyone's trying to get those budget speedster cards. If you're not going to have an 86, 87 overall corner, you want someone with some good speed. So let me go ahead and just finish off the cornerbacks on this list with Denzel Ward. He's currently 19,000 coins because man has got 88 speed and 88 acceleration. A little bit more acceleration than Donte Jackson. Not as fast, but he's 5'11". He's got 76 man, 71 zone. You can't really expect to see too much man and zone out of these 81 overall corners. But he does also have a 43 block shed and a 61 hit power with a 76 press. So again, a speedy corner who could get a lot of upgrades. Now going for 17,000 coins is Roquan Smith. I feel like he's one of the more underrated middle linebackers in the NFL. Honestly, I really like Roquan Smith, and he's a great user card. 82 speed, 83 acceleration. I mean, 88 overall, Bobby Wagner has 79 speed for a comparison, who is a pretty fast linebacker in the NFL. Yeah, Roquan's really fast. 79 tackling, 76 player X, 67 block shed, 80 hit power, not great in coverage, only a 69 zone, but you're getting Roquan to be that really good user card, and he definitely is a really good user card. I mean, decent hit power, good speed, the agility is somewhat there, 79 agility, also has 72 jumping, so not crazy athletic in terms of the jumping there. He's not going to jump up and intercept a whole bunch of balls. He's 6 feet tall, but it's a decent middle linebacker user. And someone that I think has some serious potential to get a ton of upgrades this year, and obviously was one of the best tight ends in MUT last year. You can see he's currently going for 34,000 coins, is Darren Waller. He has 82 speed, 84 catching, 77 spec catch, 75 catching traffic, 80 short route running, 77 medium route running, and 61 run block. Now, a good thing about tight ends here is Waller's fast, right? So if you run like 2 tight end sets, he's not insane at run blocking. Really, he's not that great overall. There's some better run blocking tight ends out there, but he's decent enough to run block. And of course, the 82 speed is really nice. 83 acceleration as well. 80 jumping. 6'6" tight end. He could be your tight end number 1, or if you find a better tight end, like I know there's the team builder Keanu Smith is an 84 overall. Yes, you can pick up Keanu Smith and have Darren Waller at tight end number 2, and you can incorporate both of them in your offense. And in my personal opinion, and it's not because I'm a Cowboys fan with a signed Jaylon Smith jersey right there, I seriously promise, I really promise it's not the reason why. I think Jaylon Smith is the best one to use the power pass on because of right now, he actually has another card in the game. Now, if you guys know anything about power passes, then obviously that means you get to skip over the 81. Then there's probably like another section where you have to use some training points, whatever. And then there's the 85 Jaylon Smith, right? Now you guys already have the 85 overall Jaylon Smith for free, so you can literally, I know the power-up's pretty expensive, not gonna lie, for Jaylon Smith, but if you happen to get one, you could power up the 81. There's probably like one more section where you have to use some training points, and then boom, take Jaylon Smith with your NFL Rivals player, and then you have an 86 overall middle linebacker user with 84 speed, 87 acceleration. That is deadly. Also, it's Jaylon Smith. The man is a beast, and he could definitely get a bunch of upgrades throughout the year and be one of the best middle linebacker users all year long. But with that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure you drop a like on the video, and of course, hit that sub button down below. Let me know any more players you think should have been included on this list. I know there's a ton, like there's so many 80 to 81 overall players that I could have potentially put on here that maybe I missed one that you guys thought should have been on here. So comment them down below. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.